Hello, hyperspace! My name is Davontos, and it's time to get hyped, because this is another Overwatch hero guide, and today we are covering TRACER, one of my favorite heroes in the game. So, TRACER is one of the most difficult heroes to control, and it's mostly because of her low health. However, she has the fastest movement among all the heroes, and she has a very, very high damage output. So let's hop into this and discuss the best techniques to use to take advantage of TRACER's movement and high damage output. Everybody loves TRACER. Her personality, her playstyle, her looks, and her infamous orange booty that just caused rage over the internet so long ago. So how to play TRACER? Playing TRACER is kind of like playing chess. You gotta know where to move, when to move, and how to move there. And it also depends on who you're facing. Some characters can just easily take out TRACER, mostly those high damage output like Widowmaker and Hanzo, Roadhog. They can really make quick work of you, so if you run into those guys, you want to constantly keep moving so they don't get a steady lock on and take you out with those 1 or 2 shots. TRACER is a beast when it comes down to taking out tanks. However, it's kind of like a flip of the coin, because if the tank hits you like 1 or 2 times, unless it's like D.Va, but if the tank hits you like 1 or 2 times, you're done. However, because of your high movement and, their slow movement, it kind of like, counters, obviously. You're going to move faster than they are. So you can counter their slow movement speed with your fast movement, but it's still that flip of the coin, so you got to be really talented if you want to take out these tanks. TRACER really specializes in flanking. That is TRACER's purpose, to flank. She can quickly get behind the enemy, dish out a ton of damage with her machine pistols, and then just blink back out to safety when she's compromised. So TRACER's machine pistols fire at a whopping 2,400 rounds a minute, which is insane. That's a lot faster than it needs to be. However, it only takes 1 second to reload, and they deliver a lot of damage. I'm not too sure on the numbers, however, I think a full mag, point blank, to the body will deliver, I think it's 245 damage. And if it's a headshot, it doubles, which is insane. Which is why TRACER is very, very dangerous if she's ignored. So you gotta take advantage of that and mess with them by flanking them all the time. When you play TRACER, you want to kind of make it seem like you're a mosquito. You fly around the enemies, you constantly poke them, taking out damage, and if they don't get rid of you, you're just going to continue doing it. And you're going to see yourself getting a lot of kills, mostly because they can't hit you. But if they start ignoring you, like mostly the tanks tend to annoy you because they think, it's a TRACER, she can't do nothing. But, just continue poking them, taking out loads of energy, and before you know it, you got the whole team looking at you, which is when you got to retreat. And when that happens, your other teammates take advantage of the situation, hopefully, if they know what they're doing, take advantage of the situation and kill them off. So you want to use TRACER like a sandwich tool. Enemies up in the middle, teammates up front, you in the back, dishing out a ton of damage. Enemies get sandwiched, you get a lot of kills, teammates close in, and everybody loses on the enemy side, and you win. TRACER has 2 different ways to teleport. She can blink, which was what I'm doing here, blinking forward. And she has, I guess, this warp ability. I'm not too sure what it's called, but it warps you back 3 seconds. So whatever you were 3 seconds ago is where you are going to appear, even if it's in the exact same spot. So that warp can fill up your energy to whatever your health was those 3 seconds ago, and it automatically refills your magazine. So once you warp, you don't have to reload. Only warp when completely necessary. If you're taking a ton of damage and you gotta fill up and, get out of there quick, do it by warping. Warp out, fill up your damage, and then run. If it's too hot, don't warp, fill up your energy, and then run back in there, because, there's no way to escape. If it's too hot, warp, fill up health, blink out of there. TRACER is in, do some damage, and run. That's how you gotta play her, pretty much. At least when you're in the battlefield. Now for her blink ability, she gets 3 blinks, which are those 3 little arrows in the middle of the screen that fill up. They take 3 seconds to fill up. Waste all 3 blinks and you're going to be vulnerable for 9 seconds. You want to conserve your blinks and only use them when necessary. Obviously, use them to fast travel. But in the battlefield, you want to have sporadic movements. You want to constantly jump, constantly run side to side. When you blink, try not to blink in the direction you are walking. Now, I didn't say this, but you can blink in whichever direction you are pointing the stick, control stick. I play on PlayStation, so I don't know how it is on PC, but if you're pointing the stick backwards, and you press blink, you're going to blink backwards. Same thing if you're going left or right or forward. So if you're walking to the left, try not to blink left, at least when you're in the battlefield. If you're walking to the left, blink to the right and throw your enemy off. It'll give you a huge advantage to at least empty out one magazine on a guy and do a whole bunch of damage before you can, maybe blink behind them or blink back or backtrack or warp. Just constantly keep moving in the battlefield. Unpredictable movements, and you're going to get a lot of kills. And if you're really good with Tracer, you can actually start trolling people, which you see I do here a couple times. You want to constantly keep an eye on your health, because your health is only at 150, and even a McCree, one shot from McCree at almost any range can take out a ton of your health. So you gotta know where the health packs are at. Small health packs, big health packs, wherever they are, you want to know where they are. In case you don't have your warp available, you want to quickly blink to those health packs if you take too much damage. That's why I said she's very, very difficult to use. Different characters require different approaches, and you got to know where the health packs are at. You got to know how to move. It's just very, very difficult to play Tracer. However, if you get the hang of playing her, she is going to be a very, very powerful disruptor and just a very powerful hero in general.
So let's talk about her ultimate, the Pulse Bomb!
The Pulse Bomb is basically a Semtex, a sticky bomb that sticks on any surface and explodes, giving devastating damage. Now, it explodes, giving 400 damage, which can one-shot kill everybody except for Reinhardt, Zarya if she has armor, Roadhog, Diva, and that's basically about it. She can one-shot blow up anyone else. So you can actually get an extra 5 hit points if you stick them. So 5 points for hitting them with the sticky bomb, and the 400, so a total of 405, which is still very, very powerful. Her ulti fills up really quickly. I believe she has the fastest filling ulti in game. A good Tracer would get anywhere from, I'd say, 3 to 4 plus pulse bombs per game, and you want to take advantage of this because they're so powerful and you can get them so quick. You want to spam them. And so you get a pulse bomb, run to an enemy, stick them, or just throw it in their location and get out of there. Get a kill, constantly get some hit markers or kills, fill it back up, repeat. Just keep annoying them, keep blowing them up, and keep getting them kills. So here's a technique I do with Tracer that I haven't really seen a lot of people do. I say Tracer likes to annoy people, and a lot of people do agree that Tracer is one of the most annoying heroes next to Mei. So, you can annoy them, but just don't kill them. You are a huge distraction when you play as Tracer. So if you see a Reinhardt, who's a huge defensive hero, you want to pull Reinhardt away from the team. Reinhardt can't kill you unless he's close to you. And getting close to Tracer is a very difficult thing to do. Difficult indeed. So you want to just damage Reinhardt. When he looks at you, damage him some more. Have him chase you down. That way the entire enemy team just loses their giant shield of defense. And just keep messing with Reinhardt. And if he just ignores you, blink back towards him, shoot him with the pistols, give him some more damage, and just continue until he either dies by taking too much damage, or he just gets so fed up with you poking him all the time, he chases you and abandons his team. That's a really good technique to do. I did that a couple of times and it's really effective. The entire enemy team lost their Reinhardt, which means they didn't have any defense, and my team just stormed in there and got the team kill. And then once I see, look at the kill feed. Once you see the kill feed fills up with all these dead enemies, then finish off Reinhardt or just run away. It's really effective. However, it takes a lot of skill to do that because you really gotta know where the health packs are in case Reinhardt does hit you. So I don't suggest you actually try that until you get the hang of controlling Tracer, because you might run into a really good Reinhardt player, which in that case, you're probably gonna lose. Tracer can get herself out of almost any situation. If you're stuck in Zarya's gravity ball, then blink 3 times straight forward and you can just blink out of that gravity ball. If you're stuck in Mei's, blizzard field, I guess you can call it, same thing, blink out of it, warp out of it. And also if you're being frozen by Mei, like if Mei's pinning you down and she's blow drying you with her little ice blow dryer and you start to slow down, just blink away or warp away and you'll quickly get your speed back, allowing you to finish her off. If you get stuck with another pulse bomb from another Tracer, quickly press the warp button. It will blow up and you will be unharmed. She is one of the best heroes to use to get out of almost any situation, which really stacks on her annoyance levels because it's going to be really difficult to kill her if you're good. And that's basically about it. I'll leave you with the end here, which I kind of troll Genji for a little bit. If you like this video, punch that like button with a mighty force. You can follow me up on Twitter at Davontos, man. And speaking of which, I just posted Zenyatta's hero montage called Transcendence. I'm going to make another one. It's either going to be Diva, Hanzo, Bastion, or Symmetra. I left a poll up on my Twitter, which should expire sometime tomorrow. So if you watch this video when it's posted on August 12th, you can still vote on that poll, and you get to decide who's going to star in the next hero montage. And as always, I'll see all of you in my next video. Here comes that Genji part really soon. Have a nice day!
Ever get that feeling, deja